Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the rapidly escalating situation in West Asia. A crisis that has captured global attention and carries significant implications for international stability. Over the past few days, we've witnessed a series of dramatic events that have intensified an already volatile conflict. Let's break down what's happening piece by piece. First, let's turn our attention to the situation in the Red Sea and surrounding areas. The conflict has seen a significant expansion in its maritime dimension. Reports have confirmed multiple attacks targeting key oil infrastructure. Specifically, major oil refineries in Saudi Arabia have been hit, causing disruptions and raising concerns about the global energy supply. These attacks are a stark reminder of how regional conflicts can have worldwide economic ripple effects. The price of crude oil has already seen fluctuations, and market analysts are watching the situation with bated breath. Simultaneously, the skies over the region have become a new front line. The United States has confirmed the downing of one of its advanced aircraft operating in the area. This is a major development, showcasing the sophisticated anti-aircraft capabilities now in play. The loss of such a high-value asset is not just a tactical blow, but also a significant political statement. It escalates the stakes and puts immense pressure on military planners and diplomats alike. U.S. officials have acknowledged the incident, vowing to hold the responsible parties accountable, which only adds another layer of tension to an already explosive mix. Meanwhile, Israel has found itself under a barrage of missile attacks. Cities across the country have been targeted, with air raid sirens becoming an all-too-common sound for its residents. The Iron Dome defense system has been working overtime, intercepting a high percentage of incoming projectiles. But some have inevitably gotten through, causing damage and instilling fear. These strikes represent one of the most direct and sustained attacks on Israeli territory in recent memory, forcing the government to weigh its response options carefully. The international community is calling for restraint, but the pressure to retaliate is immense. Adding another combustible element to the mix, Hezbollah, the powerful Lebanese group, has officially declared its entry into the conflict. This is a game-changer. Hezbollah's involvement opens up a new front along Israel's northern border, stretching Israeli military resources thin and raising the specter of a multi-front war. Hezbollah possesses a formidable arsenal of rockets and missiles, and their participation dramatically widens the geographical scope of the conflict. Their leaders have stated they will not stand by idly, signaling a long and difficult fight ahead. This move has been condemned by some nations and supported by others, further highlighting the deep divisions in the region. Amidst all this chaos, the diplomatic rhetoric is heating up. High-ranking officials from the United States have been vocal, condemning the attacks and reaffirming their commitment to their allies' security. The White House has stated that all options are on the table to protect American interests and ensure regional stability. These strong words are clearly aimed at deterring further aggression, but they also risk being seen as a prelude to more direct military involvement. The deployment of additional U.S. naval assets to the region underscores the seriousness of the situation. On the other side of the equation, Iranian officials have issued their own powerful statements. They have denied direct involvement in some of the attacks, but have praised what they describe as acts of resistance against foreign influence. They've warned against any military action on their soil, promising a swift and devastating response. This war of words between Washington and Tehran is nothing new, but in the current context, it's incredibly dangerous. Every statement is scrutinized. Every move is analyzed. And the potential for a miscalculation that could lead to a full-blown regional war is terrifyingly high. The humanitarian situation on the ground is deteriorating rapidly. Civilians are bearing the brunt of the violence. Reports from aid agencies paint a grim picture of displacement, destruction, and a desperate need for medical supplies, food, and water. Hospitals are overwhelmed, and essential services are collapsing. It's a tragic reminder that in any conflict, it is the innocent who suffer the most. International calls for humanitarian corridors and a ceasefire are growing louder. But so far, the fighting continues unabated, so what happens next? That is the billion-dollar question. The situation is incredibly fluid, with events unfolding by the hour. There are several potential pathways this conflict could take. One is a further escalation, where a direct confrontation between major powers like the US and Iran becomes unavoidable. This is the worst-case scenario, a regional catastrophe with global consequences. Another possibility is a prolonged, grinding war of attrition, similar to other conflicts we've seen in the region, which would lead to immense human suffering and regional destabilization for years to come. Then there is the path of de-escalation. Diplomatic efforts are happening, albeit behind the scenes. Mediators from various countries are reportedly trying to open channels of communication to pull everyone back from the brink. The United Nations is urging for an immediate cessation of hostilities. The challenge is immense, as the levels of mistrust and animosity are at an all-time high. A successful diplomatic outcome would require concessions from all sides, which, at this moment, seems unlikely. For now, the world watches and waits. The coming days will be critical in determining the future trajectory of this conflict. Every action and reaction will have consequences that reverberate across the Middle East and beyond. It's a complex web of alliances, grievances, and geopolitical interests. And there are no easy answers or simple solutions. This is a developing story, and we will continue to monitor it closely and bring you the latest updates as they happen. It is crucial to stay informed through reliable sources during times like these. Thank you for joining me today for this in-depth look at the crisis in West Asia. If you found this report informative, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more analysis on critical global events. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.